You're listening to Solutions on WURD with Amadi Braxton, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, streaming live on WURDradio.com, on social, and on the WURD Radio app.
Welcome back to Solutions on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air 900 AM, 96.1 FM, and online at WURDradio.com. This is your host, Amadi Braxton, back with you, and I'm very pleased to welcome my first guests for this hour, Junior Brainard and Rainah Chambliss, who are co-presidents of the American Federation of Teachers, AFT's Local 2026, the Faculty and Staff Federation of Community College of Philadelphia, to talk about an upcoming important event in a long process of negotiations they've been in with Community College. Welcome to Solutions.
Thank you, Amadi.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Glad to have you here. So community college is such an important kind of institution, bedrock of education in the city. Both of my parents went to community college. That's where they met and fell in love, I'll just say. But it has served generations and generations and generations of students in the city, and students who, you know, have the smarts and intelligence, but maybe not the wallet to be able to attend other institutions, and they get really good quality education at CCP. So talk about what's coming up on Monday, and where you are in this ongoing struggle. You've been in negotiations around a lot of different issues for quite a while now.
Sure, I'll start off. We are, as you said, the Faculty and Staff Federation of Community College Philadelphia. We have 3 bargaining units, even though we're one local. So we cover the full-time faculty, the part-time and visiting lecturer faculty, which is also known as adjuncts, and the classified staff, which basically I am a classified staff member, along with about 150 others at the college who cover what would be non-teaching work and non-administrative work. So it could be anywhere from painters to housekeepers to office support to test proctors, our mailroom clerks, our copy and business services, plumbers, locksmiths, the list goes on and on.
Okay.
And, we are proud of our local, we're proud of our members, and we are proud to serve the city's college, Community College Philadelphia. So what's been going on? Well, we've been in negotiations with Community College of Philadelphia since January of 2024, bargaining in good faith. We were bargaining on a very regular schedule, and up until this past weekend, we continue to maintain the position of bargaining. We're actually on spring break this week and agreed to come in and have a negotiation session on this past Monday, even though we're not at work. Mm-hmm. So we are in this contract fight, and we are looking to continue bargaining with the college in the very near future. As far as Monday, we are in the position, because we've been bargaining for so long, to call a strike authorization vote. And that gives the members will be voting to authorize the union leadership to call a strike when needed, depending on how future negotiations go.
So this is basically a move that will kind of ramp up a little bit of pressure to CCP, because basically it says that you guys could go on strike if you want, if the vote goes through on Monday.
Correct, yeah. And, you know, right now we've been bargaining for over a year to win contracts with full staffing, investment in transportation for our students who are struggling to get to campus, and family sustaining wages for everyone. The people Rainah mentioned, full-time professors, adjuncts, and support staff. And one of the reasons that we are, you know, calling a strike authorization vote is because of the urgency of needing to addressing those critical issues. We need to make CCP a place that can recruit and retain talented and diverse faculty and staff, the people that our students need. And right now, over half of our staff at CCP do not make a living wage, which means that most of our staff and many of our faculty are working second and third jobs to make ends meet, or they're leaving the college for better jobs. We have proposals on the table right now to address the impact of inflation and to provide salary adjustments to our lowest paid and most vulnerable workers. Additionally, there's a staffing crisis at CCP. And by staffing, I mean across the college in every department. We need smaller class sizes, smaller caseloads for our counselors and our advisors, and full staffing across the college so students can really get the support and learning conditions they need to be successful, to graduate, to move into their jobs here in Philadelphia. Our staff unit that Rainah referred to earlier, that she's a member of, has shrunk by 25% since the pandemic. So not only does one job not pay enough at CCP, but we're often doing the jobs of 2 or 3 people because of the understaffing. Our students want to be able to show up and learn, but this is challenging, right? Their immediate needs for transportation and childcare access are not met. We have a proposal right now for free transit passes, which the college could purchase from SEPTA at an 80 to 90% discount off the ticket window price, as well as a proposal to reinstate our on-campus childcare center that closed during the pandemic. So I just wanted to give like a little background on also the sort of urgency around addressing these issues as part of why we take the step of calling that strike authorization vote.
And it sounds like part of what you're fighting for is not just your own salary increases, but also things that would benefit students. I mean, having more staff does benefit students, right? Because of what you said in terms of smaller class sizes and more support for students, like among the administrative staff and elsewhere. But also you're calling for, SEPTA passes for students, reopening of the child care center. I didn't even know there was a child care center on CCP's campus for students who are parents and need to have child care for their kids while they're in school, which is, I think, a fabulous idea. So that closed during the pandemic?
Yes. Yeah.
And it never reopened.
It has not reopened, and the college does own the land where that center was.
So obviously, I mean, I think I'm now remembering, Junior, you were on previously right before Mayor Parker came into office. And and I think part of what we were talking about then was this issue of funding, and was the city going to contribute its fair share of funding in order to fulfill the promise to CCP. Just talk about where, this is obviously, a funding issue on I would assume. Talk about how community college is funded and where is the shortfall at this time.
Rainah, do you want to take that, or you want me to?
Go for it, Junior.
Okay.
This is why he's our lead negotiator.
Okay.
Well, I'll say first that the college was founded right on the idea that the city would fund a third of the operating budget, the state would fund a third, and student tuition dollars would fund a third. That has not been happening for many years, and as a result of that, right, our students have taken on more student loan debt and taken on more of the cost of running the college. Our students, our faculty, and our staff came together last spring and ran a successful city budget campaign, which resulted in the city council allocating an additional $5 million in operating funding to CCP for this fiscal year. This was the largest single year increase in operating funding the college has ever received from the city. On top of that, the college received a 6% increase from the state. And the college is sitting on really what's unprecedented in reserves. They have $80 million in reserves that they amassed through the COVID-19 pandemic because of the federal money to higher education.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, and that money is like that increase in dollars from the city to the operating really came from the testimony of faculty, staff, and students about all of the critical issues that we are fighting for in this contract negotiation. That is why City Council allocated that additional money to the college. We are still waiting in bargaining for the college to spend that money on the things that we went to city council and testified about.
Mm.
And so, you know, when we're talking about the working conditions of faculty and staff directly impact student learning, right? And the students at CCP really deserve the highest quality learning environment we can offer. We're the city's college. We serve a working class student population. It's 70% women, 73% students of color. And what we want for ourselves is what we want for our students: dignity, respect, wages that allow our families to thrive. And so when we're going to city council and saying, this is what we need, and then city council says, here is money to go implement that, right? We then expect the college administration and the board of trustees to use that money on what we've testified at, and saying that we need it for. We're committed to continuing to bargain, right? To reach an agreement, and we have a bargaining session scheduled for next week. We want to reach 3 fair contracts, but we're launching that vote this week because if the college doesn't meet our demands in bargaining, at a moment when they have the money, we may be forced to strike.
Mm. Do you feel, and maybe Rainah, this is for you, I actually have 2 questions. If you are forced to go on strike at some point, will you have the support of students?
Yes, I do believe we will have the support of students. We have done a great job. I will say particularly our faculty, who is, you know, the front lines when it comes to our student base in the classroom, talking to our students, organizing our students, and making sure they're well aware of what's happening with the union, with negotiations, and what could potentially happen in a strike. I am an alumni of Community College of Philadelphia, and I take classes regularly. So I'm currently in classes right now, and it was actually kind of funny. I was sitting in my class, and I'm putting myself out there now because typically when I'm in classes, I don't announce my role at the college. But I was sitting in the classroom, and the professor started speaking about, so there could possibly be a strike, and she rolled out this whole dialogue about what could happen, and I was sitting there tickled because it's like, this
you're
is
the
great.
co-president.
Our faculty is doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that our students are aware. And, you know, there were some questions from my classmates, you know, regarding what could possibly happen. And I was, you know, so eager to like raise my hand and say, ooh, ooh, ooh. But I didn't want to let my position be known. But because we've done such a great job of communicating with our members, they are doing a great job of communicating with our students.
Hmm. Let me ask you one last thing. We have about a minute left, Rainah. You know, folks like you and other, you know, all of the members of your union are working for less money than they deserve. They're not working for a living wage. They often have to have another job in order to supplement their income. Why do people stay in those jobs even though they're not making enough money?
That's a great question. So we used to have a kind of insider term that we call it the golden handcuffs. And the benefits have always been pretty top notch at Community College of Philadelphia. But I think more important than the benefits, because yes, we could definitely all stand to make more, is our commitment to the students and the residents of Philadelphia. We are a city's college. We do what we do out of a passion for making sure that our residents are educated. And it's important to get the type of education that community college offers because it is affordable and is also taught by top-notch instructors, and there are top-notch staff at the college to make sure that our students get to where they need to go and navigate community college effectively.
Mm-hmm. Junior, if people want to attend or, attend the event you're having you're announcing this on Monday?
So Monday, there's going to be a press conference at 4 p.m. At our main campus at 17th and Spring Garden in front of the Bonnell building. And then at 5 o'clock, there will be a general membership meeting that is only for our members, where we will launch a strike authorization vote. Most of what we do as a union involves all of our members, right? This is a union that's really driven and led by the faculty and staff who work at CCP. And so there will be opportunities for our members to vote throughout the week. And that Monday will be the launch of that vote.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing this here on Solutions on WURD. We wish you luck, and come back on if you need to in the future. We'd be happy to have you back.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. That's Junior
Thanks.
Brainard and Rainah Chambliss, who are the co-presidents of AFT Local 2026, which represents 1,200 workers across 3 bargaining units of staff, part-time faculty, and full-time faculty at Community College of Philadelphia, where my parents met, and which the institution that's responsible for my existence. Let's put it that way. You're listening to Solutions. On the other side of this break, I'll be taking your calls. We'll be right back.